Hey, what's going on guys? BlobbyJoe here. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I'm sorry about that. My last video probably would have told you that I'm kind of going through a bit, but I'm going to try to keep things more lighthearted and try to keep making videos. Again, this is, I think, the newest Minecraft version, and copper golems were just added, a bunch of copper tools. And I remember playing with my friends years ago when they actually added copper, and it really didn't do anything. So it's good to see that it's finally got some use. I've seen a lot of videos recommended to me on YouTube about how copper's useless and how they've... Oh wow. I actually haven't played Minecraft in a while, not just regular vanilla Minecraft. Like, it hasn't been centuries or anything, but it's definitely been a minute, so this is nice. And these are the fireflies that they used to promise us. I think it's a little different than they were going to add them as originally, but I still think it looks really nice. I'll hold on to some of these. Okay, that's cool. There's like 2 of them, I think, so. And then there's a ruined portal over here. I really got into Minecraft on my computer around 2019, 2020, so I remember when they added like the village update, the nether update. Before that, I'd only ever played on my PlayStation 3, and I didn't know how to connect it to Wi-Fi, so I was playing on like one of the first released versions of it. So I was pretty behind, and then I got my first laptop when I was 13, 14, and it was this piece of garbage. So it had like 30 gigabytes of storage, and ooh, there's a nice cave over there. It was just a really bad laptop. You couldn't even really call it a laptop. It was a Chromebook that ran Windows. And I used to get so mad when my parents would call it a Chromebook, because I was like, no, it's not. I bought it with my own money. I swear, it's a computer. But that was nothing but pride of a 14-year-old. But that was, it's some of the best memories you make with something like that. So this video, I don't know why I'm walking. This might be slower paced. I know it's pretty generic. Just when you don't have any ideas, make basic Minecraft content. But that was always one of my crutches when I was younger, was I would make pretty garbage Minecraft videos like this.
Oh, okay, now we're going. Hello, my men, my women. Wait, no. Give me one sec. What's the script? Okay, hello, my men, my women, my.
So, it was always one of those things I wanted to do, and it's like the older I've gotten, I have every resource to do what I wanted to do as a kid, and now I've got my head wrapped around so many other things, you forget what you wanted to be as a person. And that was, I think I said it in the last video, which I might take down soon because I want to try to keep the channel lighthearted, that was the whole point of the channel, but I did say that one of the reasons I made the channel was to remember, what I want to be. I want to be lighthearted, silly, make people laugh, give them a good time, make them feel less alone if they ever need it. And I'd say I did a pretty good job, not to toot my own horn, but it seemed like a few people definitely liked my content, and they were like, hey, had a little chuckle, this is funny, haha. And I don't want to sound proud, but it makes me happy when I hear stuff like that, because it's like, okay, somebody needed a laugh, they needed to feel, like they had company, and I gave it to them, and that's something I needed. So it's like I made the channel for people like me who sometimes get pretty into their own head. I say a lot. I've been doing that since I was 13, making videos with... So, first I want to clarify, this is going to be random content, right? This isn't going to be anything special, probably. Special to me, but it's not going to be like heavily edited most of the time, I'd imagine. It's not going to be like super intense, flashy, haha, look, Minecraft funny, haha, guys, subscribe, laugh. But, I forgot, oh yeah, so, point of me saying that is, sometimes these videos will probably be a bit longer, sometimes they'll be maybe 2-3 minutes, sometimes they might be half an hour. It just depends on, what's the occasion. Is it like a holiday video? Am I just venting about something or talking about something I wanted to? Give me 1 second, I'm gonna chow through all this grass here. Okay, I did that because I'm gonna build a little house here. I don't know why, I just saw it and something compelled me, just here, now. You know how it is. Um, but yeah, I was saying this content is gonna be pretty much whatever I need it to be, whenever I need it to be, whatever. So it'll depend, what kind of video I'm making. It's not gonna be like static Minecraft Let's Play and commentary every single time, I hope. And I know a lot of channels do that niche. I'm gonna try not to do that, because I know it's easy to, record Minecraft and say, I don't know what I was gonna do there. It's easy to record Minecraft and say, hey, don't get caught in your feelings and be a good person. It's obvious stuff, and yeah, it's true, and they usually, YouTubers who do that have good message behind it, but that's not, it's pretty out of brand for me. The last video I made was kind of like that, and that was more like, hey guys, I'm sorry I'm not making content, I'm kind of going through it right now. Not, emotions slop, is how I'd like to put it. I do want to say I'm sorry for not making any Halloween content. I really wanted to. I kept thinking about things that I would make and like how I'd go about it, and I never quite got around to it. So it's not like I forgot. I didn't, I swear. It's just my heart kind of wasn't in it when I needed it to be. So I'm sorry about that. But I do have ideas for Christmas content, and assuming I'm not just as disillusioned on Christmas or around the season, then I'd actually love to, because I've thought for years about making, Christmas content and like a Christmas special, but I never get around to it. I think this video, I'll just make a little house and probably call it a day. I mean, just kind of, already in the first like 3-4 minutes I've established, okay, I'm sorry that I disappeared, I'm here, we're gonna make Minecraft videos for a bit. Okay, so I was mining out the stone here. I did notice that there's some coal right there, so I am gonna try to snatch that up. Because coal is gonna be pretty useful. I think I picked that little spot for the house because I think that kind of keeps things restricted almost. Like how people say old Minecraft is better because there was less in the game, but that gave you more possibilities to do. And it's kind of like that, you can do more with a smaller house, I feel like, than you can with a bigger house, because it gets to a point where it's like, okay, how generic can this be? Like, yeah, it's a huge house and it looks cool from the outside, but what's inside of it? Like, you're not gonna, it's hard to decorate stuff like that, because then, you want it to look like a mansion where it's furnished and it has all this cutting edge decoration, and then it just looks empty. But with a smaller house, I've noticed, because when I was when I was younger, I used to make giant houses in Minecraft. Like, think Minecraft handbook. Like, I can't remember what it's called, the construction handbook, the essential, whatever. Think that. I used to think that that was the way to make a house, but then they always used to be empty. So as I've gotten older, I've scaled it back a lot, and really, it gives me a lot more to do, because if I need more room, I can make more room. I've noticed that I tend to branch off into like other rooms. Like, I'll have a basement, and if I need somewhere for like an enchanting room, then I'll branch off there, or make another room, or like make a room for villagers, because slave labor is cheap and satisfying, I guess. Alright, so we got some stone. I gotta think about how I want to do a little house. I don't need an axe. I need to quit doing that. That's like the 4th time I've gone to make an axe that I don't need. Let's see. We'll put you over here, make a few torches. Nope, that's not how you make a torch. I just heard an Enderman. From where? Oh, probably, that's a cave over there. I'll have to check that out sometime. I think I'll literally just make a little, like, what's the word? Just a small, like a little pillbox bunker. I didn't mean to do that. I hate when I do that. Okay, so, like, dig out some of this concrete here. Concrete dirt. What am I talking about? I've been tired all day. I also got a new job, so I've been working more, which is one of the biggest reasons I haven't been making videos also. But, you know, it is what it is. That's not what I wanted to do at all. This is gonna be like the worst bunker ever. Ooh, there's a light over there. If you're wondering about me zooming, I use Optifine, which my computer is not the best. It's not a bad computer, but it definitely helps. I only use the zoom just because it's convenient. Some people might think it's cheating. I don't think you can really cheat in Minecraft. I've always been one of those people where it's like, okay, well, you know, don't tell me how to play the game that I bought with my money, you know? But people can play it how they want, think what they want. I just think, you know, in a single-player world, it's no harm. It's not like I'm going into creative and getting diamonds or anything. Honestly, this actually does feel nice. I forgot one of the biggest points of the channel was to keep myself positive, and I've definitely not been doing that like I should. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm getting older. I'm 19, and that's not old. There's probably a 20, 30, 50-year-old watching this, and they're like, well, this guy's a kid. And yeah, I'm young, but sometimes it just feels like I've watched the world pass me by. And sometimes it's hard not to be bitter about that. And, you know, nobody ever means to be bitter about anything, I'd say. You know, nobody wants to sit there and think, well, the world left me, I'm so angry, but sometimes, you know, it feels like that's the case. Like, I'm listening to the same music I listened to when I was 11, 12, in middle school, high school. And it's a strange feeling, you know? I think I'm going to expand this just a bit and make some fence posts as windows. Okay, so I've got this little, I know it's like actually horrendous, but I think I like it. It definitely has what I'm looking for. I just need to make sure nothing can get me in it. I don't know if I need that many, but if not, I'll live, I guess. And then I'll make a door. 3 doors. Let's see. Where's the door? Okay. Oh, what? No way. What am I doing? I swear, it feels like I've never played this game before. Cool, cool. I mean, it's not cool. This is hideous, but, you know, it's not bad for a first base. You know, there's worse. I think I'll put this right here in the corner. Put you here. I'll make a furnace. Because, well, you literally cannot have a base without a furnace next to a crafting table. And next episode, I think I'll try to find some food. Obviously, I should probably block that up before it becomes an issue. Kind of light it up around. Yeah, like I said, it's hideous, but it's my hideous Minecraft base. And if you don't like it, meet me in the parking lot of the Wendy's on and yeah, we can settle it then. So, yeah, this is definitely actually pretty relaxing, more so than I remember, and that's pretty good to feel. So yeah, if you watched it this far, if you enjoyed, I appreciate it. You don't have to like or subscribe or anything. If you want to, it'd mean the world to me, but just, you know, if you enjoyed, that's all that matters. And definitely give me comments, suggestions on what you want me to do in the next episode. Obviously, there's the basics like get food, get tools, get armor. But then, you know, like, should I make anything in particular? Have any suggestions for a house, like a type of house? Like, hey, make a cabin, make a bungalow, make a tree house, you know, stuff like that. I always love hearing comments like that because it gives me ideas and it tells me that people, you know, want to see more. So, yeah, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. You have a good day, night, afternoon, evening. Be safe. Drink some water. Goodbye.